What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cork to Glory. This is episode number 23. And we're starting off with a look at our fixtures for August. 6 games coming, 5 in the Championship, including Blackburn, our first home game this year, Stoke away, Norwich at home, the Bluebirds away, and also the Blues, Birmingham City, our final game in the Championship this month. And also we've got our Carabao Cup second round tie against Portsmouth. What happened in the last game against Portsmouth? Can anyone remember? Anything interesting? Any ridiculously bizarre goals? Can anyone remember? Yeah, we got Portsmouth in the Carabao Cup second round as well this month. Also, we got our first scouting batch here where, whoa, Ken Knudsen looks very decent indeed. 15-year-old, left-footed, 6'2". Zazalak picks up a decent player in his first batch of scouting. And also Reese's first batch as well. A couple players could be alright, including Joseph Nesbitt and Mike Cahill. I think I gave him an academy deal. I did indeed. And yeah, so brief look at the academy. There we go. The 2 players in, the 2 highest rated in the academy right now. Mike Cahill and Ken Knudsen as well look very decent indeed. And I must admit, I do feel as though, maybe I'm wrong here, but I do feel as though looking for physically strong type of players is the right thing to do when scouting now. And also, yes, I thought I'd check it. DOCKY boy changed that thumbnail, young man, because Cork City just growing half a star. Yes, after the signing of Bazunu and also improving this team, we have now become a 2.5 star team. Get in, change that thumbnail, baby. We're now 2.5 star. We're still way off most of the teams in the division that are like 3.5 star to 4 star, but anyway, 2.5 star. We're making progress. Slowly but surely, we're making progress. How to celebrate becoming 2.5 star? Well, I thought, why don't we choose a new captain for Cork? Now, as we know, Dylan McGlade is no longer one of our best wingers. Ethan Elliott and Adam Bowen at the academy look better than McGlade and Gowan, who are original wingers. And I was really unsure who to make captain. I was thinking Barry Sharkey, the OG. Should it be the left back? Should it be Patrick Keating, the chosen one? Eamon Cunningham, the best young player at the academy so far, or so it seems. Leo, big Leo at the back. I didn't know who to make captain, but I decided to give it to Rory Keane, because I really love this guy. He's the only guy that's represented Ireland at a national tournament that we've got, other than Bazunu, who of course we signed in the summer. He's always getting called up to the Ireland squad now. He is our most capped player, or so we'd assume, and he's been with us since season 1. He's transitioned from striker to holding mid. He's a bundle of energy. He's got great physicality. He reads the game so well. You don't see how good he is, man. He makes so many interceptions during the games we play. And again, he's gone from showing great potential to exciting prospect now. And I think he's absolutely amazing. So I decided to give the captain to Rory Keane, and I think he definitely deserves it. I don't know who should be vice captain. I don't know. Maybe Barry Sharkey? Maybe Big Leo, I don't know, but the official new captain for Cork City is going to be Rory Keane, and I think my mind's made up now as well. I'm not going to put him on the transfer list, but if a bid comes in for Gerard Morrissey, I think I'll let the club captain go. It's a new era here at Cork City, as Rory Keane is now Cork City captain. Still, for the first game of today's episode, Blackburn Rovers in our first game in Ireland this season, where 12 minutes in, Eamon Cunningham said, "Why did you snub me for captaincy duty? I was the one that got us promoted last year." The exciting prospect gives us the lead and makes it 1-0, our first goal in the Championship as we take the lead. And after the draw against the Sky Blues away from home on the opening day, I was targeting a win in our first game here in Ireland, but as Lys Mousset drilled the Rovers back on level terms right before the break, once again, I was really struggling in this game. We were leading, but once Blackburn got their leveller, they were on top in the second half. But we had a chance to win it with the final touch of the game, and look at that. Into stoppage time, final touch of the match. Sharkey floats it into the middle, and unfortunately, Bell just couldn't nod the ball goal bound wide the post. 1-1 the final score. Our first point in the Championship, but sadly not all 3. Either way, at least now back-to-back defeats to start the league campaign off. Still following out, I changed Adam Bowen's position. I'm not sure I showed this in the last episode, but basically I was training him to play as a right winger, because that's where he is playing in this team as an inside forward. We're given the inverted winger development plan. He really needs to improve those finishing stats, because last year I think he scored only 1 goal for us, and to be honest here, That's what our wingers do. We don't have our wingers crossing the ball into Samuel Bell. They step in to shoot. So, yeah, I need him to improve that finishing stat ASAP. And also, we saw that Forsell, can you believe it? Mikael Forsell's nephew was gone. Obviously, we picked him up for emergency cover right at the start of the series, but his overall was so poor. He was never going to become a regular in this team for the long-term future. And I'm going to try and loan out Dugan as well. I'm starting to have a bit more success loaning out players. The delegation, and I have to once again say thank you for that, because in my QPR save you guys told me that's the way to get your players loaned out. The delegations are now starting to work on a bit more of a regular basis, so Dugan should be leaving on loan in the very near future. So for our second of 5 in today's episode, Pompey, play up Pompey play up here, taking us on at Turner's Cross here. They won the game by a goal to nil. We fielded a totally weakened side for it, because again, the Carabao Cup is not important to me whatsoever. So out in the first round, okay, fine. I'm far more focused on getting championship stability here with Cork City in our first year in the second tier. And also, Ryan Devine's position change had been completed, and during the last episode I was like, oh, we might see this guy get an overall boost, and I was thinking from 65 to 73 maybe. Nope, he went up by 1, but either way, goes up by a rating, and I'm going to give him the Anchorman development plan. I really think this guy could be a great defensive midfielder. 77 stamina. Obviously, I know the strength is going to get trained up in this development plan, but eventually I'll change to a different one. If we get him just a little bit quicker and work on that passing as well, I think as a deep line playmaker, Rory's kind of like a versatile sort of duo hybrid ball winning midfield box to box. Like sometimes he does go forward, though not as much as normal, as Dugan's loan deal does go through here, but he's just full of so much energy. I think for me, Devine should be more of that kind of like deep line playmaker, again, Anchorman sort of guy that just sits deep and spreads balls forward with good passing. So yeah, I think Devine and Keenan together could be an amazing partnership in the holding midfield role. So for our third game of today's episode, on the back of the loss to Pompey midweek, second away game of the campaign here, Stoke City away, and 15 minutes in, do it with me, Leo, oh yes, look at this guy, he's a tank, he's an absolute tank, and he shows great potential as well. Cross to the middle, I love that switch to receiver corner we do now. I tell you what, man, like for ages I just could not get corners sorted in this year's FIFA, but that's the way forward. And 24 minutes in, oh what a start for Cork City. Leo gives us the lead, and then 24 minutes into the game we double the advantage. Barry Sharkey dinks it in for his first assist of the campaign. Can he win 3 straight assist titles? I think that's asking a lot here in our first season of Championship, but there's his first of the campaign as Bell gets his first of the campaign as well. So what a start. 24 minutes in, it's Stoke 0, Cork City 2, and we're on fire as Tyrese Campbell puts Stoke back in the game just 4 minutes later. As soon as they halved the deficit, I'm not going to lie, man, I started the game off feeling like I was playing on amateur, but after that first goal, it felt like I was playing super ultimate. I just could not stop Stoke coming forward, and after Tyrese bagged his brace, just after the hour mark, Stoke battled back from 2 goals down to claim a point. So it's our first away point of this season, but there's no doubt about it, that is 2 points dropped, leading by 2, and then surrendering that lead. That is so frustrating, but again, this is the point, man. I said it in the very last episode, the Championship is going to be such a different feel this season, man. Nowhere near as routine as the previous 2 campaigns, and every point will be a good one on the road. So following that, we had a goalless draw against Norwich, our first clean sheet of the season. Stephen Brown stepped into the first 11 to make his debut for us, and he was really good alongside Leo Yates during a goalless draw. So whilst we haven't won any of our first 4 Championship games, it is now currently 3 draws in a row and 3 points on the board, just no wins. But for our final game of today's episode, travelling to Wales, Cardiff City away from home against the Bluebirds. Fell behind early, had a really mixed team out there. I decided to give some fringe players chances since we haven't won a single game so far. Thought maybe one of them could impress and possibly emerge as a star in this team for this season. It'll get more minutes. Well, we were 2 goals down in the game, just sadly could not get it sorted at all. And with 5 minutes to go, I think this sort of summed up our start to the season. Oh my goodness. Ewan Plant. Yeah, he can cut it in League 2, but I'm not sure he's cut out for this level. Final score, Cardiff 2, Cork City 0. Joe Rules with the first and Bowen with the second. As you can see, a tough start for Cork City, but exactly what we are anticipating. 21st place, only 1 point above the drop zone, and no wins in our first 5 games. Yeah, this has been a very difficult beginning to life in the Championship. But I went to this episode of Court to Glory, guys. Big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for next episode featuring Transfer Deadline Day as we end August and begin September.